first on solvency, you don't have to follow this, but they say we drop solvency. That doesn't actually grant them any offense because we don't have to answer solvency. On to China. First, is Chinese investment is far behind the U.S. Well, actually, relative U.S.-China investment doesn't matter to our link because we're just saying that if China loses any trade in Latin America, then their growth rate would drop below 7.2%. So basically, China's number 2 for one thing, and also their relationship to the U.S. in trade doesn't matter in Latin America because they'll still lose trade once the U.S. gains trade. So that argument's wrong. Also, they say basically like China's economy is down. China's increasing economic engagement in Latin America. They're winning the influence battle. LS 613. Washington has looked with discomfort at China's growing in Latin America, but while Beijing said let bulk up, U.S. policymakers slept soundly. Joe Biden went to Latin America. Beijing was hot by seals. China's now a presence in the region. China's no strings attached investments enable the regimes to thumb their noses at Western institutions. Next, to say link is not zero sum. Their own card disproves that zero sum theory is false. In their Dodge and Ally 12 card, it states that although the U.S. is projected to remain an important destination of Latin America's exports even in 2050, that similarly the importance of individual European economies in terms of trade and investment will decline over time, proving that zero sum exists. So basically, they conceded our link in their own card. Next, plan eliminates motive. U.S. engagement prevents Latin American interests in China. Economic Reserve 13. In their book, America's Blind Spot, Chavez, Oil, and U.S. Security, Kala, and communities avoid the usual pattern of linking South America's China factor with a sort of conspiracy theory. Instead, they investigate Latin America's tough choice between China and Latin America, China and the United States, attributing Washington's weakened influence in the failure to its failure in economic development. Market card there. Next, optional trade of Latin America chooses China due to lack of U.S. economic engagement elsewhere. The ability of the U.S. to serve as a market and source of investment for Latin America influence the region's receptivity to the PRC. The initial openness of the region to promises of investment and trade by Gentile after Latin America reached a historic low with flows of investment from the United States, a global financial crisis, impaired U.S. purchases of Latin American exports and U.S. credit to the region, strengthened the importance of the PRC for Latin America. Next, they say China doesn't need Latin American resources, but when asked what the other sources were, they didn't know. So they don't actually provide other sources. So that card's basically irrelevant. Answers to they say resources not key. Their Dodge and Ally 12 card states that Latin America's trade with China has increased by 4% annually from 2002 to 2008. It also says that Latin America has strong mining and agricultural ties with China. Therefore, as stated in their own card, Latin America is key and trade is increasing, making Latin America far more and more important economic region every year. So Latin American resources is key to stable Chinese growth. It's the CCP's macroeconomic policy at Hongkong 13. China's regards to Latin America's promising trade partner for safeguarding commodity and security. China's policymakers expect to build more sustainable and balanced trade relations with Latin America. China's sustaining stable growth will necessitate increasing imports in Latin America. Also, they say hegemony turn. They only read one part on this, so basically no effect to hegemony. China's investment in Latin America is purely economic. Version 12. What's the nature of the relationship between Latin America and China? China and Latin America economic ties have boomed. The boom is economic licenses are primarily driven by strong Chinese demand for South American mineral agriculture and energy resources. The recent decade-long surge in investments is primarily driven by trade and investment ties. The main binding force remains economic rather than political or ideological. Onto DeCo. They say that a lot of shifting to Asia, basically. Shifting to Asia, for Extend Border 13, their authors from the UK and should not be taken seriously as knowing what he is doing and in regards to foreign policy. Asia hasn't happened. U.S. is still engaged in the Middle East. Raptors 13. Next is just still in the Middle East. We aren't anymore Pacific focused now than we were in the 1980s when Vietnam was caught in just another sad memory. Next, they say the U.S. wants to DeCo. Their author is an opinion editor at the Daily Star. Also, why wouldn't it? It's only logical that there's no other way to do this. We're not going to use anything else in the Middle East. Also, the fact that Kerry is even in the Middle East completely disproves this. Kerry is diplomatic capital. He's a Secretary of State. He is a diplomat, and he's in the Middle East right now. So that just completely takes out that card. Also, they say no influence. this card talks about hegemonic control, and this is totally wrong. U.S. is the world's largest economy and military power. There's no way we're losing influence. Next, U.S. diplomacy works in the Middle East, but focuses key government 13. It's important that for the president to make sure he's pursuing Middle East because he believes it's a crucial U.S. national security interest. While the United States cannot impose an agreement, it can grant diplomatic strength to make it clear to both sides, but the president is putting his weight behind the issues. The parties have a way of knowing when America's not serious.
Yeah. Do you guys need prep?
Yes.